Look at this painting. Really look at it. Do you feel it? That tightness in your chest, that wave of panic rising inside you? That's not an accident. Edvard Munch felt it too. The sky turned blood red and he was trembling with fear. He put that feeling on canvas. And you can feel it too. And it's working, isn't it? Now look at this. Feel the difference? Suddenly, you're calm, peaceful, almost like you can hear birds chirping. Artists have been manipulating your emotions for centuries. They know exactly which colours to use to make you sad, which brushstrokes create anxiety, which compositions make you feel joy or despair or wonder. But how do they do it? How can paint on canvas reach inside your mind and make you feel things? The answer involves psychology, neuroscience, and secrets artists have been using since the Renaissance. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about what's actually happening in your brain when you look at art. Because this isn't just subjective opinion, it's biology. Neuroscience studies have discovered something fascinating. When you look at a painting of a human face showing an emotion, your brain automatically mirrors that emotion. Scientists call this emotional mirroring. If you see a person crying in a painting, the same neural pathways activate in your brain as if you were crying. You literally feel their sadness. If you see joy, you feel joy. It's an involuntary neurological response. But it goes deeper. Researchers found that people don't just feel emotions mentally when looking at art. They experience physical sensation, warmth, chills, changes in heart rate. Your body responds to paint on canvas as if it's real. In 2015, scientists proved that red light actually speeds up your heart rate, while blue light slows it down. This discovery was so significant that Tokyo's railway system installed blue lights at train platforms, and attempts dropped by 74%. Artists have known this instinctively for centuries. They've been using colour, composition, and imagery as tools to reach directly into your nervous system and change how you feel. Let's start with the most powerful tool in an artist's arsenal: colour. Because colours aren't just pretty, they're a language that speaks directly to your emotions. Red is the colour of intensity. It speeds up your heart rate, increases your blood pressure, demands attention. Artists use red to convey passion, love, danger, violence, urgency. Blue does the opposite. It calms you down, lowers stress, creates serenity, but it can also express melancholy and sadness. Picasso's blue period happened after his friend's tragic death. For 4 years, he painted almost exclusively in shades of blue and grey. Every painting feels heavy with grief, solemnity, depression. The colour itself carries the weight of mourning. Yves Klein became obsessed with a specific shade he called International Clean Blue. He believed this particular blue had spiritual properties and could evoke transcendent experiences. He painted entire canvases with nothing but this one blue. Yellow is sunshine, optimism, mental energy. It activates memory and stimulates the mind. But too much yellow can feel overwhelming, even aggressive. Van Gogh understood yellow's power. His sunflower paintings glow with warmth and life. He wrote to his brother, "There is no blue without yellow and without orange." He understood that colours create emotion through their relationships. In Gustav Klimt's The Kiss, gold and yellow create a feeling of divine love, something elevated beyond ordinary human experience. Green is nature, growth, harmony, renewal. It's soothing and refreshing because it's the colour of life itself. Artists use green to create spaces that feel safe and nurturing. Purple conveys luxury, mystery, spirituality. It was historically rare and expensive, so it still carries associations with wealth and power. Black can express death, elegance, void, or sophisticated minimalism, depending on context. But here's what's fascinating. These colour-emotion connections aren't just culturally learned. Research shows surprising agreement across cultures that developed independently. Red matters because it's the colour of blood. Praise blood or your own. Our faces turn red with anger and pale with fear. Blue is calming because it's the sky and water, open spaces where predators can't hide. These associations are partly evolutionary, hardwired into our survival instincts, but colour is just the beginning. The way paint is applied, the actual physical movement of the brush, conveys emotion too. Impressionists like Renoir use loose, flowing brush strokes and broken colour. The paint itself seems to dance across the canvas. This creates feelings of lightness, joy, spontaneity, like capturing a fleeting, happy moment. Van Gogh took this further. His brushstrokes are thick, textured, almost violent. In Starry Night, the sky swirls and pulses with energy. The paint has so much physical movement that the night sky feels alive, emotional, turbulent. Munch's wavy, distorted brushstrokes in The Scream create a sense of unease. Nothing is stable, everything warps and flows. Your eye can't find rest, mirroring the emotional storm Munch himself felt, the overwhelming fear and tension that inspired the painting. But here's the most powerful technique of all, human faces. Because when you look at art, your eyes instinctively seek out faces first. Research using eye tracking technology found that human figures were the most interesting subject in paintings, and viewers looked at them the most when feeling emotions. Your brain is hardwired to read faces. It's a survival mechanism. You need to quickly assess if someone is friend or threat, happy or angry, safe or dangerous. It's not just faces, body language matters too. A hunched figure suggests defeat. An outstretched hand suggests pleading or offering. Clasped hands convey prayer or desperation. Composition also manipulates emotion. A tiny human figure against a vast, dark ocean creates loneliness and insignificance. A figure bathed in light, surrounded by darkness, suggests hope or isolation, depending on context. Artists also use symbolic imagery to trigger emotional associations. Some symbols are universal, others are cultural. The Romantic period loved painting storms, shipwrecks, avalanches, twisted trees, anything violent and terrifying in nature. They wanted to evoke what they called the sublime, a feeling of awe mixed with terror in the face of nature's power. J.M.W. Turner specialised in turbulent seas that overwhelm any sense of human control. In The Shipwreck, dark clouds and violent waves consume the canvas. There's no safe space for your eye to rest. The darkness itself becomes a symbol of terror and doom. But flip that. Bright flowers, sunlit meadows, calm lakes, these immediately suggest peace, safety, joy. Same subjects, different emotional messages. Frederick Church's Rainy Season in the Tropics masterfully uses this. Cool, stormy blues and greys dominate the sky, creating gloom. But breaking through at the horizon, warm yellows and a brilliant rainbow. The painting moves from despair to hope in a single image. Baroque artists like Caravaggio use extreme light and shadow, called chiaroscuro, to intensify drama. Bright highlights against deep black backgrounds make agony or ecstasy appear more vivid, more real, more emotionally overwhelming. These techniques aren't limited to painting. Filmmakers use the exact same colour psychology. Directors employ colour choices to enhance storytelling and evoke specific, emotional and psychological responses. Red filters signal danger or anger. Blue tones suggest sadness or coldness. Orange teal became Hollywood's default because it creates visual interest while keeping skin tones natural. Pixar's Inside Out literally made colour psychology visible. Each emotion is a different colour. Photographers use the same techniques. Iconic photojournalism works because it captures genuine human emotion and symbolic moments. A single photograph can trigger empathy, outrage, hope, just like a painting. Even advertising and social media graphics exploit colour psychology. Warm colours for excitement, cool colours for trust, bold contrast for urgency, soft pastels for luxury. So how do artists make you feel? They use every tool available. Colour psychology to trigger biological responses. Brush strokes to create visual rhythm and energy. Human faces to activate your empathy circuit. Symbolic imagery to evoke associations. Composition to guide your eye and create meaning. If you want to understand more about art, subscribe for more deep dives into the secrets of visual culture, and let me know in the comments, what painting makes you feel the strongest emotion?